In today's Roblox Grow A Garden video, we are going to be attempting to get every single mutation on the broccoli. A lot of you guys have been requesting this one, so we're going to be doing it today. Now, what's a little different today compared to the last video when we did the firewall is that I did not AFK to get Dawnbound, so we are pretty much starting from square one today with all these mutations, and we don't have any to start off with. And that means today we're also going to have to AFK for a while to get the Dawnbound mutation from my Ascended Mooncat. That'll be fun. More of a challenge today to start from square one like we normally have been doing, so let's go ahead and just get right into this one. All right, so first things first is I'm actually going to go ahead and spawn in my apple gazelle here, and we're going to spawn in my 3 mandrakes, and we're actually going to go ahead and pick up these sugar apples that have the wet mutation on them and that are boring and kind of gross over here to try and get the warp mutation. There we go. We have the warp mutation that just spread to this sugar apple here. So our apple gazelle is actually done. We can go ahead and pick that guy up. We're going to go ahead then and spawn in an advanced sprinkler right here. And we're going to throw down some mandrake seeds. And we're just going to keep watering these and trying to get the rot mutation from our mandrakes real quick. All right, we didn't get any there. Let's try it again. All right, we just got to do this a couple of times until we get that rot mutation. Come on. You know what? I'm going to boost these guys. They're not boosted. That would probably help. All right. Now let's... Oh, yeah, look at that. Literally right away once they're boosted. All right, so we have the rot mutation applied to one of our sugar apples over here. All right, so we are good. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rest of these. And we can go ahead now and pick up our mandrakes to get them out of the way. And we are good to go with the actual broccoli. So let's go ahead and place our broccoli down. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up by using my main account to grow all. All right, there we go. Here is our broccoli plant. So there's a couple of different broccolis on it. We have 3 broccolis at once, but now we're going to go ahead and get our sprinklers down to get a big broccoli. So let's do our Grandmaster, Master, Godly, Advanced, and basic sprinklers. And there we go. We're going to also go ahead and spawn in all of our Mooncats here, and we'll spawn in 1 Triceratops to hopefully give us a big broccoli. This guy will smack it, and we should get a big one, and then we can hit grow all again to finish the growth. But yeah, let's go ahead and wait. Let's see if we get a big broccoli to grow in, and hopefully we get a nice one so we can make a lot of good money today with these mutations and the big broccoli that we're about to grow, because this is pathetic right here. Okay, all right, we got some Mooncats sleeping. This is a good group right here. We got some more over here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in this group though of like 3 stacked Mooncats, and it's pretty close to the sprinkler still, so that should help it get affected even more. Oh yeah, there we go. We're getting a big broccoli to grow in. We're just gonna see if we get any other growths. Okay, there's one actually growing right here. It looks to be a gold one, but it doesn't look as big as this one, but we'll look at them whenever they're actually grown in. What the heck, bro? That thing is puny compared to these two. What? Why is this one even trying? All right, Triceratops is coming in. Boom. Oh, there we go. That's way better. What the heck, dude? This thing is huge. Wait, this thing is really long, but what is this one then? This one's just like a little stubby guy. Is he gonna be as big or bigger than that? I guess we'll see. Let's go ahead and just hit the grow all button again and just see what we get here. Oh my gosh, bro. Look at how big these broccolis are. That thing is huge. That one goes way out there. All right, we definitely have our broccoli. That is crazy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and favorite this one then, just so we don't pick it up. Yeah, this one just needed some motivation because this guy got extremely big. But this one is definitely our biggest one. So we're gonna pick up these 2 and we are good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all of our pets here. Let's go ahead and get some mutations on this so we can get it ready to become rainbow. So I'm gonna throw a Windstruck spray on that. We'll throw a pollinated on it, a chocolate, and we'll save the rest of our sprays on this account, and then we'll come over here on our main account and we'll spray it with a, let's see here, we'll spray with a verdant spray and a cloud touch spray. There we go. And now this thing has 5 mutations that can be converted to rainbow. So we're going to go ahead and spawn in our queen bee, our butterfly, and the queen bee will cool down our butterfly and convert this thing to rainbow. We're also going to go ahead and spawn in our golden goose here so we can get a fortune egg ready, and we're also gonna go ahead and spawn in our Raiju so we can get the static mutation done. And then with that, we're gonna spawn in a carrot seed. We're gonna bring our main account over here to use one of its shock sprays on the carrot. There we go. And then I'm also going to go ahead and just place a couple more carrots in front of this. So the Raiju will eat this shocked carrot, and then it will slam the static mutation into these carrots. Our AFK setup for the next like 15 or so minutes is ready. It'll probably be about 10 minutes because we're going to boost our queen bee, get the butterfly to cool down, get this rainbow, and then we'll wait to get our fortune egg, and we'll get the static mutation done. So this will get a couple mutations done so we could be ready for the rest of our pets in just a minute here. And I guess while we're at it, since these guys have pretty short cooldowns. I guess we can go ahead and just spawn in our pterodactyl now as well to work on getting tempestuous. Since he has a pretty quick cooldown, we can get these guys done out of the way before this even gets rainbow. So I'll save some time in a couple minutes. So we're good to go. We're gonna go ahead and let this get rainbow, let these guys do their things, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, real quick, our Kitsune is running in to apply the chakra mutation, and it applied it to one of the sugar apples, which is good. We don't want it to get on this broccoli because that's about to go to rainbow. So we have the chakra mutation ready to go, and we'll get that moved over later. And our pets on this account, of course, are still waiting for their cooldowns. Our Raiju will be done in a few minutes. We have to reboost the pterodactyl because the toy was off by a little bit, and then the golden goose we're going to boost in a little bit, and that'll be done as well. All right, our Raiju just ate our shocked carrot and applied static only to our sugar apples, which is surprising. I put all these carrots here for him to just not want them, but that's fine. At least we got it on some sugar apples, so we're good. Our Raiju's done. We're going to reboost our pterodactyl, get tempestuous done, hopefully, and out of the way, and then our golden goose will lay its egg. And that will be some of our, I guess, guaranteed mutations done and out of the way, and then we'll have a little bit less to worry about in a minute when we start with all of these guys down here. I guess I could start adding in some of these other pets as well. I want to do the peach wasp, but that will make our queen bee target that, so I'm going to skip that for now. But I guess we could also spawn in our lemon lion here to get the brain rot mutation done now, since it's only a 5-minute cooldown. But all right, there we go. So we got Twisted and Windstruck on a sugar apple, which means we have tempestuous added into the mix over there. So our pterodactyl is done, and then our golden goose is going to lay its egg next. And you know what? I guess since we have the lemon lion going to get brain rot, hopefully it doesn't add it to our big broccoli. I'm going to go ahead and also get a phoenix in here because the phoenix has about the same cooldown, and these guys will be done before we actually get this to convert to rainbow. Actually, you know what? If we boost the queen bee, I think, yeah. So we'll have rainbow in about 4 minutes, but this will, again, just give us a little bit of a head start with our guaranteed pets and their mutations, so that's fine. All right, so yeah, we'll get flaming done next, and then we'll also get brain rot done next, but our butterfly still has the biggest cooldown, so our queen bee will cool this down and still give us rainbow, so we'll be good. But anyways, our golden goose is going to give us a fortune egg that we can make scrambled eggs out of. I mean, get the fortune mutation out of. Thank you. I'm going to pick you up now and put this golden fortune egg over here because this will be where our Spinos eat. I'm also going to rotate this broccoli plant because it's kind of in the way of where we normally put our platter. So let me do that real quick. I'll go into my main account's garden with it. And then we could go ahead and move our golden fortune egg over here. All right. Well, good-ish timing, I guess. We have a heat wave event going on, and our tanning mirror is placed here, so I guess it won't really matter too much because these broccoli should be able to get sun-dried done out of the way. But this is about to turn into a rainbow broccoli. Now it's paradisal, but thankfully it is still 5 mutations and it didn't just eat one of them, because then we would have almost missed our opportunity there. But we're good. So our queen bee is about to be done with its cooldown. It'll cool down our butterfly and turn this thing into rainbow. And then also in the mix, our phoenix is almost done with flaming, and that will be applied to probably these carrots. And then our lemon lion's about to give us brain rot, so we have some good stuff happening. Hopefully the brain rot doesn't get applied to the broccoli. I mean, if it does, not a big deal, but that would be unfortunate, I guess. But there we go. Queen bee's done, pulling down our butterfly. Butterfly is going to go ahead and convert this to rainbow now, and thankfully we got brain rot onto a sugar apple, so we're good. And our broccoli is now rainbow, so we are good with some of these pets. Let's go ahead and pick up our queen bee, butterfly, lemon lion, and then our phoenix will give us flaming next. All right, so we can go ahead and favorite this broccoli now that it is good to go and get some mutations on it. We can reapply our pollinated to it. We can reapply our chocolate to it. We're gonna go ahead and get our honey sprinkler on to it. Perfect. So now it is honey glazed as well. And let's go ahead and get our main account back over here to apply some mutations directly to it. So we're gonna apply the shocked spray to it. We're going to apply verdant back onto it. We're gonna apply cloud touched, luminous, and glimmering. And now this thing is up to 9 mutations, and we're about to have a lot more with our pets adding mutations and our Spinos moving those mutations over as well. And there we go. Our phoenix is applying the flaming mutation to a bunch of our sugar apples and this carrot. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this carrot to get that out of the way. So with that, we can go ahead now and get started with the rest of our mutations here. So I'm going to pick up this phoenix. Let's go ahead and spawn in our cockatrice for the toxic mutation. We're going to spawn in, we'd already used you. We're going to spawn in our peach wasp to get the plasma mutation done, our giant badger to get the cracked mutation done. We need our corrupt kitsune so we can get corrupt chakra or foxfire corrupt chakra done. We're going to spawn in some jackalopes so we can get sandy done and out of the way. And what else can we spawn in that is guaranteed? We did get some of them out of the way. I guess we can spawn in our grizzly bears because these guys got to give us the fall mutation, and these aren't really guaranteed, but we can get them done. All right, so this is a decent setup here to get some of our mutations done. I'm gonna go through my inventory and make sure I'm not missing anyone. There's just so many pets now that I forget. I guess we'll do kappas after that. Oh, we gotta get our swan done. So you know what? I guess I'll pick up one of these grizzly bears for now and throw the swan in there just because that's guaranteed to get graceful. All right, so the cracked mutation has just been applied to a ton of stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this guy up. Since it's done. Bro, you're good. You don't need to keep applying it. You're good. He's gonna keep applying it anyways. But we have a bunch of cracked carrots, a bunch of cracked sugar apples, and a cracked golden egg, so we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up these carrots just to save some time later, since we have cracked on so much stuff now. Yeah, he applied it to 22 fruits, bro. That you're good. We got it, man. We understood. I guess I'll do another grizzly bear. Let's just try to get fall out of the way, and then we can focus on these guys that we have down here. But yeah, let's try to get fall done. And yeah, we have a decent setup here, so we're just gonna wait around and get these mutations done and out of the way. All right, perfect. Our jackalope just applied sandy to this carrot, so we can go ahead and get our jackalopes out of the way. Let's go ahead and move this over here. I guess since our jackalopes are done, let's go ahead and spawn in a spriggan so we can get bloom done, and we'll also spawn in our kappas here to get bloodlet done. And I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some more carrot seeds just so both the spriggans and the kappas have an easier time to get bloodlet and bloom done. All right, so let's go ahead and reboost that swan to get graceful done. All right, graceful is being applied. It is on the sugar apple over here, so we are good. Thank you to our swan for the graceful mutation, and hopefully we can get fall done now so we can have an extra 2 pet slots. All right, failed. All right, we're gonna have to wait a while for these grizzly bears, I guess. It's so loud. Turn it down. All right, but since our swan is done, I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in our first disco bee here to start working on trying to get disco done. And as we get more of these pets done, I'll add more disco bees in, and then we'll do our chicken zombies. And then after that, we should be good to go for our AFK setup. All right, well, this will give us another pet slot here. Our cockatrice is going to apply toxic to some of our fruits now. All right, so we got it on one of the broccolis, actually, and one of these carrots here. And I think we got it on a sugar apple, but since it's on that broccoli, we're good. We can go ahead and pick up the cockatrice now. It's an extra pet slot. So I guess with that extra pet slot, I'll throw in another disco bee so we can start working on getting disco done. All right, perfect. Our bear just roared in my ear, and he applied the fall mutation to our golden egg, so that is done. And we also just got a free cooldown from our peach wasp onto our disco bee, so that helps as well. But since these grizzly bears are now done, we have the fall mutation. We can get them out of the way, and we can go ahead and spawn in 2 more disco bees to try and get disco done. And once disco is done, we'll focus on getting zombified done. So that is good. All right, randomly an earthquake just started happening, but it is nighttime. It is that 4-hour mark, so we are good to go. And again, if you want to know when events like this are going to happen, you could join my Discord, discord.gg/bandites, and there's a bot in there. It'll tell you when events are happening and all the good stuff, okay? But anyways, we are getting a nighttime event, so once we get moonlit at least on one thing, then we are good to go. We'll probably get it on multiple, of course, because that's just how it is. You get moonlit on so much. You know, we also have a night staff, a couple of them. So I'm going to throw this over here so we can try to just get it on the broccoli directly. Oh, okay. Well, we got it on a sugar apple, so we are good. We have moonlit done, and that will be another mutation we can add on to our broccoli shortly. I'm going to go ahead and boost our corrupt kitsune and get that done and out of the way so we can start spawning in some chicken zombies. And then we have some disco bees almost done, so I'm going to boost these guys to hopefully give us disco. Our spriggan still has quite a while, and our peach wasp still has quite a while, but once those guys are out of the way, again, we'll replace them with some chicken zombies. But we are good. We got moonlit done, and we just have this random earthquake now that is running through everything. Ah, perfect. We got disco done on the sugar apples. That'll save us some time, and we can get started with the chicken zombies. But there we go. We got corrupt chakra on a sugar apple and a carrot. I'm going to go ahead and just pick up this carrot because we have it on that sugar apple. So let's pick up the corrupt kitsune. Let's pick up our disco bees here, and let's go ahead and spawn in our chicken zombies now so we can get started with trying to get zombified done. All right, there we go. 5 chicken zombies. They have about a 20-minute cooldown, but I'm sure one of them will help us get zombified out of the way. Our peach wasp is finally almost done. Our spriggan is finally almost done. I will have to reboost him, but I was testing his cooldown out with a toy. And then our kappa will hopefully apply bloodlet now. Let's go ahead and just wait a second here to see if our kappa will give us bloodlet. If he does, we can go ahead and swap him out for the gnome and try to get gnome done early, and that will give us a slot later so we can work on getting the spinos to start moving everything over to our broccoli. But let's just quickly see if he'll give us bloodlet. Hopefully he just wants pancakes really bad and sticks around the spot, but he's moving. Hey, buddy, come back over here. The pancakes need you. We're not done with you over here. Come here. Yeah, come here, buddy.
Nope.
No, bad. Kappa, come here, dude. Come here, dude. What are you doing? No. Kappa, over here, man. All right, he's definitely not gonna give us bloodlet unless he runs over here. He's just hovering over here. He's being goofy, and nothing happened because he wasn't over here. All right, well, I guess it was worth a shot. But our Peach Wasp is about to be done with this cooldown and give us plasma finally, so we can swap it out with the gnome, and then I guess the Spriggan we can swap out with like a mimic octopus or something to try and get zombified done a little bit faster. All right, Peach Wasp, go ahead and give us plasma. Gliding over to a carrot. Which carrot do you like, buddy? This one? Good choice, good choice. All right, we got plasma on the carrot. We can go ahead and pick up the Peach Wasp and throw this over here in the mix. Cool. All right, so that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn another Kappa so we can get Bloodlet done out of the way, and then once the Spriggan's done, we'll throw in the gnome, and then of course we have a while for these chicken zombies. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and boost my Spriggan since he's right here. Let's go ahead and get bloom on one of these carrots, or a lot of these carrots, I guess. All right, well, it's on this one with the sandy, so that's fine. And I'm gonna actually just pick up some of these. If they have wet on them, I'm gonna keep them there just so we can have better chance for getting Bloodlet done. So I guess we'll keep some of these with bloom on them. But all right, we are good. We can go ahead and pick up the Spriggan now. I'm gonna boost the Kappa, and actually I guess I can boost both of the Kappas. That one's still needs a while, bro. As soon as I boost them, they run away. Actually, this is the one we need right here. Mally, come on, give us Bloodlet, please. Buddy, stop running away. Stop running away from your problems. All right, thank you. Oh, hey, stop, bro. All right, stay right there. Give us Bloodlet, please. All right, we got Bloodlet on 3 fruits. Thank you. And there we go. We have Bloodlet done. So the Kappas are good. We can go ahead and pick up these guys here. And I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my gnome now to try and get gnome done a little bit early. And let's go ahead and spawn in a queen bee to help with our chicken zombies and also a mimic octopus. And then with that, once we get zombified done, we'll be officially ready for our AFK setup. Okay, first try, we got gnome applied to a carrot, so that's perfect. The gnome mutation is done. And now our chicken zombies, all of them are about to be done with their cooldown, so let's see if we get zombified done. All right, first one failed. All the other ones have about a minute left, so let's just see if we can get zombified done. But that was very useful that we got that done pretty quick. All right, failed. What about these other guys here? We have 3 more. Come on, zombified. One of you. Failed. All right, 2 more. Katie or Bella, let's go. Let's get zombified done. Failed. All right, and failed. All right, well, they all failed, but that's fine. What we're gonna go ahead and do then is pick up all these. Let's go ahead and pick up everything we have except 1 chicken zombie, so we'll leave this one here, Shano, and let's go ahead and get ready for our AFK setup then. So we're gonna spawn in a Tranquil Scarlet for the Tranquil mutation, Corrupted Scarlet for Corrupt, Space Squirrel for Void Touched, a Griffin for Cyclonic, which can give us Maelstrom or Storm Charged, our Aromatic Spaghetti Sloth, which can give us Meatball Sauce and Pasta to get spaghetti, and then aromatic as the shard is on it. And there we go. We have 6 pets done, so we got to go ahead and spawn in our junk bot to get oil, and we got to spawn in our lobster to give us molten and meteoric, which can also give us infernal and blazing. So there we go. Those are all of our AFK pets set, and what we're gonna go ahead and do is just AFK, and once we get at least one of these pets completely done, we'll spawn in a Spino, and we'll replace it with the Spinosaurus, and then the more pets we get done will be replaced with more Spinosauruses until we have an army of Spinos, and then everything will get moved over to our broccoli. So we'll check back in a little bit, see what mutations we get done, replace them with Spinos, and then we'll fulfill our AFK grind and have the best broccoli and grow a garden. All right, so I just got back from our first AFK wave, and at some point I disconnected. My internet just died, I guess, while I was AFK. So that is not fun. However, we did get some stuff done. So we do have 2 cyclonic carrots, which means we can probably get this tempestuous carrot to try and get Maelstrom and cyclonic. I don't think you can stack them anymore, but it's worth a shot. If I hit the right order with the Spinos, then maybe. But anyways, with that, we also got a molten shocked carrot here. We got a few molten carrots actually, so that's nice. So I'm actually going to go ahead, and since we had those cyclonic carrots, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this griffin here. And then on our golden egg here, we actually did get zombified, which is nice. So I can go ahead and pick up our chicken zombie as well. And then looking through here, we did get another cyclonic. Well, we already have 2, right? Yeah, so we have a lot of cyclonic fruits, but we can go ahead and pick up some of these. Another molten. This one has pasta on it, so I will keep this. So pasta is done. Let me go ahead and check that off my list over here real quick. Let's see if we got anything on the golden, or the, not the golden apples, the sugar apples, which right here I instantly jumped up, and there's oil. So oil is done. Let me go ahead and pick up our junk bot. What is happening? Oh, sudden god event. Wow, I did not expect that. So let's check our other plants here. We did get meatball done, so that is another one we could check off the list. And we got sauce done, so we actually have all these spaghetti mutations. We just need aromatic. So if we do see aromatic in the mix somewhere, then we are done with our spaghetti sloth. Oh, and we got meteoric done. I didn't realize. Okay, so we have meteoric done, so I can go ahead and cross that off as well. So our lobster is actually done with its job. So yeah, I think we still need aromatic, tranquil, corrupt, and void touch, because I do not see void touch as well. So we made some good progress though. I am going to go ahead and pick pick up these other carrots here just to get some of these extra mutations out of the way. And now we have a clean palette to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and place some more carrot seeds just to make it easier for my pets. So we get Tranquil, Corrupt, Aromatic, and Void Touch possibly. Actually, these guys have pretty much infinite reach, so it shouldn't really matter. But just in case, even if we get some events, it would be nice. So we now have 4 pet slots available to use. So with that, all right, make sure that's favorited because we're gonna go ahead and bring in our 2 Mega Spinosauruses and 1 regular Spinosaurus here to start eating away at all the mutations and moving them over to our broccoli plant. And then we're also going to spawn in our Ascended Mooncat to work on getting that Dawnbound mutation. Now, this guy's literally going to take about 6 hours to get Dawnbound done, but when we boost him, it'll probably be like 5 or 4 hours, but right now it's like 6 p.m. so it's going to be close to midnight when we're done with this, but at least we'll have the progress made, so that'll be good. Now all we're going to do is go ahead and wait for our Spinos to move everything over. We're going to wait to get these last couple of mutations, and then we'll be ready to check the value of our big broccoli. So it's time to go AFK for a little bit longer. I'll see you guys soon. All right, so we went AFK for maybe about like 5 or 6 hours to make sure we got Dawnbound added and we got everything else moved over from our Spinosauruses, and here is our broccoli. This thing is actually insane. Like, it is so big and crazy looking, and it has a lot of mutations on it. So if we actually unfavorite it here, we can see all of the mutations added to our broccoli. We actually have a total of 39 mutations, and then if we separate some of these, like spaghetti would be up to about 41 mutations, ceramic would bring us to about 43 mutations, abyssal 44 mutations, harmonized chakra 45, gloom 46, paradisal 47, storm charged would bring us to about 49, and infernal, I believe, would bring us to about 51 mutations on this broccoli. So this thing is actually insane. As it's huge, has a lot of mutations on it, so I think it's got to be worth some good money. So first we're going to check with the magnifying glass to see how much this thing is actually worth, and then we're going to spawn in our raptors to see if we can amber on it and see if that boosts the price at all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull out our magnifying glass and see how much our broccoli is worth in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this broccoli with all of these mutations and at this size is worth 2.2 trillion, which is pretty good for this being like the first fruit that you can buy in the friendship tier of the shop. So honestly, not bad. And this thing grew pretty big, pretty fast. Like, it didn't really take much effort to get this thing this big. However, it did take a lot of effort for the mutations, but overall 2.2 trillion is pretty good for this piece of broccoli. So let's go ahead now and spawn in our raptors to see if we can get amber, and if we can, that might actually boost our mutations up a little bit. So let's spawn in all of our raptors here, and they're all boosted. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pick it up and see if we get amber. And wow, look at that. We actually got amber the first time in a while. Like, look at how crazy this thing is, dude. I don't even see it anymore. It's just flashing lights. It's so crazy and insane. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my main account, and let's see how much amber actually bumped up the price of this thing. So give me a second to bring my main in here. All right, so all we're going to do to check the updated value is give a trading ticket to my main account here, and we're going to just put it in the trade menu and see how big this thing is. Okay, so it's actually not going to show me what the full value is. Surprisingly, it went down, and it only shows 1.9 trillion. And I believe if we actually bring this thing over to Steven here and we see how much it's worth, it's only going to cap at 1 trillion. Oh no, actually it shows 1.9 trillion. So for whatever reason, getting the amber mutation actually made this thing go down in value, I guess, or the size for some reason got affected and it's actually not as big as it's supposed to be. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know why it went down in price. It should go up, but I guess we do have another mutation added on to this piece of broccoli, so that's that. Anyways, let me know if you guys think the broccoli is worth it. Let me know down in the comments below, and also make sure to drop a like on this video. Comment also down below what mutations you want to see me get on what fruits, and make sure to subscribe for some more videos like this one. See you guys in the next video.